Well, you may remember earlier in the school year, we were hanging out at Albemarle Road Middle School, and I love that school. We're featuring them a lot this year. Great kids. Jessica kind of got me over there last year, and I got to meet some of the kids to see what this is all about. OneWorld Stories has partnered up with Albemarle Road Middle School. For people that didn't see that show, what is this partnership? What is this all about?
Definitely. So we take two schools and we team them up together, and they co-write and co-author, or co-author and co-illustrate a book together, and they learn about each other's cultures at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they get to spread what they learned here, and it's really a cool situation.
Well, and it's not like they're working with a school across town or even across the country. They're working with a school on the other side of the world. We got kids in Charlotte working with a classroom in India, and I love this. They wrote the book. They partnered on that. They did the illustrations for the book together. Now, the kids from Albemarle Road Middle School are going to be right here at Park Road Books on Saturday. What is going on with that?
So the cool thing is so we donate 2 books to each school we work with, but not all the kids are able to get a book of their own. So our goal is to get every kid their own book in India.
Right.
So people can actually come and they can actually send a book to India if they so choose.
We're going to tell you more about that. I love this. That you're going to see. We're going to have some of these kids coming in here just a bit later on the show. You can meet these great kids, kind of encourage them a little bit, because I love this, because we got kids helping out other kids. You can be a big part of that. And I mean, and for these kids in Charlotte, it's a big deal where they can hold the book and go, I helped write this book. I did this illustration right here. Imagine how that's going to be for those kids in India, and that's really what the Charlotte kids want to have happen. So this is going to be some pretty cool stuff. I love that. I really feel like this is something that's just going to grow and grow here in Charlotte, maybe beyond. If somebody wants to find out more about OneWorld Stories and all this great stuff, what should they do?
They should go to www.oneworldstories.com, and they can look at, they can sign up if you want your school to participate.
Yeah.
Contact at oneworldstories.com.
Yeah.
Just reach out to us, and we'd love to work with you.
This really is a cool thing, and I got to tell, I'm excited to have the kids on, because I think the Charlotte kids, Albemarle Road Middle School, I think they're pretty psyched, because they're ready for an autograph session on Saturday.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I wrote this book. I will autograph it for you.
Yes, and a question and answer from the audience.
Yeah, okay. Listen, we're going to tell you all about that with the kids. That's coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have more details up at WCCBCharlotte.com. Wilson's World with OneWorld Stories. Back to you.
Oh, Wilson has some very smart young people with him this morning over at Park Road Books. Hey, bud.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, John Wilson, here with literary giants, if you will, from Albemarle Road Middle School in a partnership with OneWorld Stories. We have young authors and illustrators here with us this morning who are apparently freaked out that I'm using my James Lipton voice with a little Ron Burgundy. It's okay. Elizabeth, right?
Yes.
Elizabeth, who is this in this picture?
This is Tamari.
And so these kids here at Albemarle Road Middle School partnered up with this class, this school over in India, and they wrote and illustrated a book. And what do you know about Tamari?
Well, Tamari is a 5th grader. She is of the 50% of people who are orphans at that school.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. So it's pretty amazing to kind of partner up with some of these. 2 is here as well, and this is Lizzie, right?
Yes.
And now what do you know about Lizzie?
She's in 3rd grade, and then she was one of the children who joined after the book finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then all of the students have to walk 1 to 10 miles to get to the school.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That is now Donna is here. Now, who is this Donna in this picture?
This is Santamari.
Okay.
And Santamari attends Emmanuel Primary School.
Right.
And we partnered with them to do our book, The Malicious Prince.
Oh, my goodness. And this book, we actually have the book right here. Here's the crazy thing. The kids are going to be here Saturday at Park Road Books. You can come and buy the book. You can meet the kids right here. Rumor has it they're going to be, hey, hang on, we were talking here before. Now, what's your name?
Dupree.
All right, Dupree. You're going to be here Saturday signing the book, because you helped write and illustrate the book, right? Mm-hmm. What is it like for you to kind of be here and help out kids in India when you're here in Charlotte?
It's crazy, because I never done something so big.
Yeah.
And everything's just happening so quickly.
It's good stuff, though. It's a lot of it's a lot of work that we're going to talk about the work they did Saturday right here at Park Road Books. Please come by and get these books, because you buy a book, it helps them get books to kids in India, and it's great stuff. And we're helping out all of these kids, and all these kids are having a good time with it. We'll have a link up to OneWorld Stories at WCCBCharlotte.com. That's Wilson's World. There's a great group of kids this morning. We're going to revisit them a couple times this school year. Albemarle Road Middle School partnered up with OneWorld Stories. Jessica's here with OneWorld Stories. And the kids behind us worked with the kids. The pictures that we have here on the table this really is just a great partnership. A lot of great things going on.
Definitely, most definitely. These kids made a personal connection with kids in India. They co-authored and co-illustrated a book, and the product is Malicious Prints.
And it's out right now. We're at Park Road Books, where, by the way, you can buy the book, and please buy the book, because Park Road Books are, well, they're local. They've been doing it for a long time, just like we have here at WCCB Charlotte. There you go. Get over here. It is a great, great place. And plus, they let me bring my dog in this morning. So listen, what is going on here Saturday with this book and with these kids?
So Saturday is a huge event. We're going to have these awesome kids here. They're going to be signing the book. They're going to be answering questions that the audience has to ask. And you can also sponsor a kid and send them a book in India. You can write them a letter. We're going to have a camera there. You can take a picture of yourself and send it to them. You can have that personal connection that these kids have had the opportunity to have.
And we talked earlier in the show with the kids here about, you know, a little bit that they've learned about these kids. You can come and learn about these kids in India and buy a book that gets them a book that they worked on and that they illustrated. And imagine, like, when you were a kid and if you had something that was out like that and you couldn't get a copy of it. So that's what we're trying to do. It helps the kids. The money that the kids from Charlotte here have raised is going to help the school. Yes. So let's get these kids some of these books. So come out, meet these kids here, and they'll tell you about the kids in India. It's just, to me, this is just such a great big old circle of just good stuff going around. I love this. I love OneWorld stories. What time's it going to get going on Saturday?
11 a.m. and we'll be here till 2 p.m.
Okay, so get over here, Park Road Books. We're going to have a link up to Park Road Books on our website at WCCBCharlotte.com. When we come back, we talk to the first group of kids. We're going to talk to the second group of kids. For some of them, it's their first time on TV ever. They're not nervous at all, right? No! Awkward smile. We're going to talk to them about what they learned from this and what it was like for them to work with these kids from India. We're with OneWorld Stories at Park Road Books this morning. We'll tell you more with the Couch Crew, weather, traffic. This is WCCB Charlotte. We'll be right back. These are all students at Albemarle Road Middle School, Great Charlotte Mecklenburg School students. I got Sullivan, Anastasia, Hector, and Diego right here. We've spoken with some of the other kids before. We're at Park Road Books because, well, they're selling this amazing book right here, The Malicious Prints. You can get that here anytime. These kids helped write and illustrate that book. With those kids, you're seeing some of them right there in India, and I've got Sullivan right here. Here, hold that up just a little bit right here. Okay, now who is this right here?
Cardigan.
Okay. Now, what do you know about? And this is one of the students at that school over in India that you guys partnered with. What do you know about him?
He's really fun. He's happy all the time.
Yeah.
He's in 4th grade.
Okay. And what was it like for you to kind of partner up with kids on the other side of the world? Pretty cool, I imagine.
I felt happy.
Yeah, it was pretty good stuff. All right, Anastasia. Oh wow, who is that?
Uma.
Uma. What do you know about Uma?
She's a very kind-hearted person, and she's in 5th grade.
Oh. And what was it like for you? What did you know? Did you work on the writing side or the illustration side? Oh, really? So what's it like for you to see some words that you wrote and came up with and partnered with these other kids? Actually, they're in that book. What's that like?
It was fun, and it definitely challenged me.
Yeah.
To do more research outside of school.
Yeah, very cool. All right, Diego, who's that in your picture there?
Hector.
Huh? Oh, you're Hector. You're Diego. Sorry, you're Hector. Hold that up so everybody can see. There you go. Look at that. Now, who is this?
This is Ragavi.
Okay, what do you know about Ragavi?
She's a pretty cool person, and at the school that she goes to, they make their own uniforms.
Oh, wow.
So, because they don't have the money.
I didn't know about that. That's amazing. And what's you helped write and illustrate that book?
Yes.
And for sale right here, Park Road Books. All right, Diego. Let me just say this right now, okay? Diego right here, the Vans, the socks, and the sweater. A+, my friend. I'm just saying, rocking the old school Vans. I dig it. Who is this in this picture?
This is Prasant.
Okay. What do you know about Prasant?
He is very positive, and they are from Shanghai.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. This is some great stuff. So these kids, they partnered up with these kids. Here's what's going to happen Saturday, and I really hope you guys will come out. All these kids got to have the book. We're trying to make sure that the kids in India can get a copy of this book. So Saturday, you can come here to Park Road Books starting at 11 o'clock and pick one of these kids and buy a book for them, all right? The kids here from Charlotte, they know all kinds of fun stuff about these kids because they worked with them on this book, okay? So we got these kids helping those kids. You can help these kids, help those kids get a copy of this book and even more, taking donations. It's all kinds of great stuff. They're going to tell you more about the story and just more about the story of these kids in the school they're going to. A lot of them with different challenges, orphans and all that kind of stuff. So listen, we got more details up at WCCBCharlotte.com. We're going to tell you more about OneWorld Stories, and maybe, hey, your school could be a part of this as well. That's coming up on Wilson's World in just a few. This is WCCB Charlotte, and we'll be right back. We are at Park Road Books. We've been out here with OneWorld Stories. We have Donna and Anastasia here. You both are in what grade?
Seventh.
Two seventh graders right here. So Donna, for you, working on this book, you worked on this book with these kids over in India with OneWorld Stories right here. What did you learn while you were doing this?
I learned that the people in that part of India, they don't really have as much as we do in arms. Mm-hmm. So, like, I know how, like, to value my...
And arms is Albemarle Road Middle School.
Yes.
It does throw me off sometimes. They're like, yeah, we love having arms. We love being at arms. I'm like, so do I. No, Albemarle Road Middle School. That's kind of fun. Now, how about you, Anastasia? What did you learn?
How much we take for granted and how much they don't have.
Yeah.
We have a lot more than them.
What was your favorite part about the book?
All the creativity and cultural differences that we brought together.
Yeah, you kind of that's kind of the other thing. First, I mean, you're working in two different parts of the world completely, and you got to kind of learn to work together, which for some of us is tough anyway. But then, like that cultural difference right there, kind of came into play sometimes. So, listen, the kids are going to be here Saturday. Park Road Books. You can buy the book. They've all got kind of a personal connection with 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the kids are here that they've worked with. This is a great thing. We got Miss Lynch right now with us right here. We've had you on the show before. I'm sorry you hurt your arm. This whole process with the kids right here, what kind of an impact do you think it's going to have on their educational career?
They just have opened up to ideas that they didn't have before because that's something that became personal. In a book, it doesn't feel the same way, but there's a face to this.
Yeah.
And they have a lot more to talk about, and they've become much more open to other ideas.
Yeah, no, it is really, and just working with other kids. I love kids helping kids.
Yes.
And what we're really hoping is that you will come here Saturday and help these kids buy some books right here. That's kind of the big thing. They're going to be here. They're going to do a little question and answer thing like we did this morning, which is very impressive. You did a great job right here for being on TV the first time. We really want to buy you guys to come out and buy some of these books. Get one for yourself and get one for one of these kids right here. Okay, Saturday, Park Road Books, 11 o'clock. We're going to have Park Road Books linked up at WCCBCharlotte.com. Big, huge thanks to Park Road Books for having us out this morning. They didn't have to open up early this morning. They're great partners in the community overall, but especially with OneWorld Stories. This is a big deal for these kids. It's a big deal for these kids, too. Let's try and help them out if we can. Again, WCCBCharlotte.com. More details right there. The Malicious Prince. That is a great title of a book right there.